What's up, garden nerds? Today we're gonna nerd out over my fall garden. We're gonna plant some really cool vegetables in my new garden bed. Come on, let's go. All right guys, today we are here in my brand new in-ground garden bed. I'm extremely excited to try this out. I just started it. You can see the bamboo here. It was really shading this area quite a bit and the grass was not growing. So I decided, well, there's no grass, it looks ugly. I might as well turn it into a garden bed because this sun exposure is perfect for fall vegetables. So let me give you the first tip. The number one tip when planting a garden, whether it's in the ground or in raised garden beds, is the soil. I see tons of people who ask, hey, where can I get free soil? Where can I get the cheapest soil when they're looking to start their garden? That is the worst question you can ask. What you should be asking is, where can I get the best soil? No matter what it costs, where can I find the best, healthiest soil? Because if you don't start with healthy soil, your garden is not going to produce good, healthy, quality vegetables. So if you're not willing to spend the money and get the correct soil, don't even start a garden because it's going to be a failure. Everything else you do after that will not work and it will not be worth it. So start with good soil. Okay, so down below in the comments, I'm going to leave a list of everything you can plant in your fall garden. We are going to plant a few things here today. I've already put the lettuce in. It's a little hot, so I was worried about it not surviving, but it's been here over a week and it seems to be doing just fine. We're gonna plant some cauliflower starts, some broccoli starts, gonna start a few different carrots, and then from Greeny's Garden, they sent me dinosaur kale, bouquet dill, and snow bolt cilantro. And you can see I have a mixture of garden starts here and seeds. Some true gardeners may give you a hard time and tell you, you can't use starts. But if you're a beginner gardener, or if you didn't take the time to start the seeds earlier in the year, don't feel bad. Go out, get yourself some starters, and then what you can do, every single vegetable at the end of the season will go to seed or will bolt, which means it will send up and it will produce seeds. And what you can do at that point is you can collect the seeds, you can save them for next fall, and then these starters that you paid money for, well, they'll produce seeds and you won't have to spend any money next year because you have all those seeds to start your fall garden. So don't let anyone give you a hard time for using starters. All right guys, and today I'm excited to try out my new tool, my new drill bit, the auger. I've always seen this advertised and I really wanted to use it, and I figured in this in-ground bed, even though I've supplemented with really good soil, we still have the hard soil underneath that hasn't been being fed good soil for the past few years, so it might be a little difficult digging into the ground. So I wanted to test this out, so you guys get to be with me while I test it out. Also, when you're starting a garden bed, you want to make sure that you have room or that you have the ability to reach and either pick the weeds or feed the plants or whatever. So that's why I've placed this stone here. That way I have access and I can always get in here. So let's start with, I believe, cauliflower. Now with cauliflower, these look really small right now, but the cauliflower is gonna get big. So you want to make sure that you give it plenty of space. So I'm gonna come over here. Let's test this out. And even though these aren't that deep, obviously this is a lot deeper, I'm gonna go deep down in the ground because I want to loosen up the soil so that these roots have a place to grow deep down. So I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna dig 6 holes. That works beautifully. So then you can see here, this is a lot deeper than where I need to go, but that's okay. Gonna take out my starter, gonna backfill, but it's still all nice and loose under there so the roots can go down. Gonna set my little guy in here, and then I'm gonna tuck him in. Right here, nice and tight. Nice little pat. And there you go. As simple as that. By the way, guys, this soil I got from the Worm Farm of Arizona. The best soil, in my opinion, that you can possibly buy. If you're looking for good soil, go to the Worm Farm. I'm excited to see how the soil helps my vegetables grow. All right, I'm gonna dig a few more holes. All right guys, so that is 6 of the cauliflower put in their home for the next few months, and I can't wait to see them start to grow. So now I'm gonna do the same thing with the rest of the cauliflower and the rest of the broccoli, and this whole thing is gonna be full and ready to grow some awesome food. All right guys, first of all, I love this thing. It's awesome. Now you can see here, I've planted everything. I'm super excited to see how it grows. I'm gonna keep this very moist and wet, especially right now, even though it's fall, it's still 103 degrees every day. So I'm gonna make sure that it stays nice and moist. And I am also going to continue to fertilize it. Even though I gave it really good soil to start, I'm gonna continue to fertilize it throughout the fall season. You have to feed your vegetables, you have to feed your trees. If you're using organic stuff, like in our video from last week, if you want to check it out here, you can't really over fertilize. You want to make sure you're giving all the right nutrients. All right guys, so here are my raised garden beds built by Greeny's Garden. Again, if you guys need good garden beds built, Greeny's Garden can do the trick. I'm leaving my peppers in here, but I'm going to plant all my carrots right here in this garden bed. And like I said, the soil is the most important part. So every fall and every spring, and sometimes in between, when I'm planting anything new, I replenish my garden bed. And I really love the Happy Frog soil conditioner. It does great stuff. It's all natural. You can see here earthworm castings, bat guano, and soil microbes. Really good stuff that just feeds the soil. I don't have a rhyme or reason to what I do. All I know, give it good soil and it will grow. I dumped this whole bad boy in there, and I'm gonna push it over because these peppers have been growing for a while. I'm gonna push it over to them as well so that they can start to get fed some new nutrients. I'm gonna even it all out right here. And by the way, you probably saw some leaves and other things down in there. That's okay, I like all that natural organic stuff because it breaks down and it feeds the soil. Anything natural, anything organic is gonna work wonders in your garden. So now that I have this nice new soil conditioner, we're ready to put all the carrot seeds down. All right, so we are going to plant my carrots in the raised garden bed. I like to do carrots in raised garden beds because, as you know, carrots obviously grow down, and if you do it in ground where the soil isn't that great, where it's hard, compact, the carrots are gonna have a hard time growing down. Their growth is gonna be stunted. But if you do it here where the soil is really soft, loomy, it will grow down very easily. So, got a few different varieties. I like to experiment every year with new varieties. I think my kids will like these rainbow blend carrot variety. Should be pretty cool. I am kind of a mess and out of control when I plant carrot seeds. You can see they're very, very small. So I like to get a bunch of them down in a wide area, and then as they sprout, I will continually thin them because carrots need room to grow. You can't have them super close because then when they're growing down and trying to grow thick, they won't, and you'll stunt their growth. So you have to thin, but initially, I'll just come here and I'll try to get them in lines. And I'll come over here. Try and do another line. No rhyme or reason. Many people will probably say I'm doing it wrong, but that's just kind of how I do it. And then as I said, I'll come in here and I'll thin it out afterwards. So I'm gonna lay all these down, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how I cover them with the soil. All right, then I just take my next variety and I'm gonna do the same thing right next to them. All right, so then at that point, all the seeds are put down, and I just like to very gently just smooth them over. Don't really like to bury them too much. I don't think they need to be buried too much. kind of smooth them over, bury them in here. And then at that point, guys, I will not deep water because I don't want to flood the seeds and have them float up. So I'll just keep this moist by sprinkling water over it for the next few days, over a week or so. And then I'll see them start to sprout, they'll develop, and then I can water a bit more deeper, and I won't have to worry about flooding the seeds out. So those are all planted. Carrots, guys, are ready to go. All right, guys, here we are a week later. I've put some marigolds down in there, as you can see, and everything seems to be growing very well. It's still over 100 degrees, but it's the nights are cooling down, and I think everything really likes it, but I've seen growth in everything. Nothing's died, nothing's wilted, and everything is looking really good. Let's walk over here and look at the carrots. As I've said, it's been a week, and you can see all the little sprouts coming up. So everything is starting to sprout, everything is settling in, and everything is looking good. And it's only been a week. So there you go. If you have not started your fall garden, now is the time to do it. Go do it now. Go to A&P Nursery, get your starters, get it planted, grow your own food. Guys, thanks for watching. As always, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Please like the video, and I will see you in the next video.